Yo, yo, yo! Hello, I am Carl, and I'm here to take you through the channel of Petra. Yes, the story, the unedited version of how we met Petra, the journey of, and her farewell. Now, for those that are curious, why is Petra leaving? She is leaving for Slovakia. She's actually, her visa is ending. She was too efficient for her course, and this meant that they actually had to bring her visa forward more, and she was like, okay. So she had a choice, stay with Vitruvian. I know, oh my gosh, like such a hard choice, but at the end of the day, family, economics, a new career for her and what she'd studied for 5 years was a little more overpowering than myself and the team. Or insert crying noises. But it is exciting times for her and for us because it means that we've all evolved and grown, and if it wasn't for a year ago hiring Petra, we probably wouldn't be where we are. Now, let's get into it. So, number one, the hiring process. So, a year ago, just before COVID, in COVID, when we were looking to come out of it, Kate, myself, and the team were looking at, we needed someone to help us. We needed someone to be in the back end, supporting with the admin, the payments, the links, and really being the face of the company to be that friendly person. I had admins in the past, though they were great. There was a gap missing. So through COVID, I put an ad out to hire someone, and we got over 200 applications. Oh, so many applications. We filtered it down to about 40 people. Were actually sent in an email, a video of who I was, and I did not apologize for that. So it was pretty abrupt and to the point. We then narrowed it down to about 10 people where we started. So with the 30 people, we started to do face-to-face interviews, and I was like, okay, I hate this. I hate spending an hour a day with each of these people. Some of them are crap, and I really am not interested. So what I did was, and thanks to Tats for this one, he was like, well, let's just invite them all to development because that's what we're about. So we invited all of these people to a development session. And and for the 30 people, why I was so frustrated is because it wasn't an hour, it was 4-hour shadowing shift where they would be with me. I would tell them what to do, and then off they would go. And what happened was I had a presentation, like I had it designed, but I actually lost the file. There was one girl who in the 4 hours made 2 slides. I gave them 30 slides, people. She made 2 slides. I was like, yeah, this isn't working. Petra didn't finish it, and a few others didn't. Like, no one finished it. Like, it took me a few weeks to make it. So these 10 people that we were kind of interested in, invited them to the development. Go figure, Petra and one other showed up early. 4 showed up late, and the team, not impressed. But I could see Petra in the corner of my eye. I was also doing the same thing, like disappointed. So I was like, interesting. And then, 2 early, 4 late, 4 no-shows. Okay, those 4 gone. Now, me being me is the benefit of the doubt, but the team's kind of decided, no, we don't want these people. So, at the end of the development, I was talking to some trainers, and Petra's lingering around saying, hey, can I talk to you? I haven't finished this presentation, and it really does my head in that I haven't completed a task. So could you email it to me? I know I don't have the job, but I want to finish it. And I was like, yeah, sure, but let me finish talking to these trainers. Then, about 20 minutes later, Sarah, one of our trainers at the time, comes up to me and goes, hey, Carl, just want to let you know that girl Petra, who was here like a few weeks ago, she actually asked for your laptop to send a presentation, I'm not sure, but I gave her your laptop, so, it's all good. I'm like, that's a bit odd, but okay. She's taken initiative, which was great, what we're looking for, because, take the guesswork out of everything. And I said to Kate, you know what? I think we should hire Petra, but there's this other girl who would be good at sales, but I'll have to retrain her. I don't know, who should we hire? Let's just think about it and wait till the weekend. And then I walk into the dungeon room and Petra's there. And back then in the dungeon, there were no lights. So she's in the backhand corner, pitch black, and a computer screen on her face. And I go, what the are you doing? She goes, I thought I would send you the presentation. I just wanted to finish the task for you because you said you really wanted me to do it, and I needed and you wanted to. And I heard pull Kate in, slam the door, and it goes bang. She's, and I go, hi, start tomorrow. She's what? So it was probably a very interesting interview process, but at the end of the day, we hired Petra. So meet Petra joining the team. So it was a pretty interesting process because obviously I now had someone part-time, literally beside me, learning all about the systems and tools of the business. Where previously the admins we had, it was kind of by the fly of the pants. So here we had someone who was a business as an OCD nutcase like myself, who was making notes about everything and was able to keep up. So I was like, huh, interesting. Got to step my game up. Through this process, I realized that there was a bit of stress, and for those that don't know what I'm like to work with, I get frustrated. So there would be something that would happen and I'd be like, ah! And Petra would be like petrified of me. And I'm like, obviously it wasn't at her, but she didn't know that. Insert the two-way mentoring system. So if it wasn't for the first 6 weeks of talking with my team and having the guys around me to brainstorm, I probably would have fired Petra at 6 weeks because she wasn't really performing to the tasks. I was a little frustrated that she was keeping up, but she wasn't doing the job that I needed. And I was like, oh, I can't handle this. This is like, she has to go. But you could tell there was something on her mind. And I was like, this girl isn't talking and it's frustrating me. And eventually we went through the mirror ponds and we walked for about 2-3 hours. And I said, Petra, what is going on? She didn't say much. I was like, look, I'm getting really annoyed and frustrated that I can't read your mind. This isn't working. If you're not going to tell me what's going on, I can't do this. And she opened up and she told me, you cause me a lot of anxiety and stress. And I laughed and I was like, she's like, why can't you be like Kate? She's really lovely and caring. And of course, Kate is walking by as I say that. But no, like she was right. I said, well, I'm not Kate, for one, and two, I can't read your mind. And Petra and I from that day started to have a open relationship in the sense of if she was frustrated, like she would just say what's on her head and I would say what's on her head. And we actually started to get along a lot better. But she realized that some of the tasks when I was like, it wasn't directed at her, but she thought it was. So I actually had to communicate to her how I was thinking and what was going through my head at that time. So I started to become very more open rather than closed. So as much as, we then started doing weekly mentoring sessions, working through challenges and upskilling, developing, though I was developing her, she was also developing me. So it was a really interesting process. And it probably, if it wasn't for that process, we probably wouldn't be exclusive with the clubs that we are now. And we probably wouldn't be a strong, tight-knit team as we are, because with Petra, she was there to be part of the team and, include people. And, she would stay back sometimes. And I remember there was one time where she stayed back 2 hours and I was like, Petra, go home. She's like, but I'm not done yet. I'm like, Petra, like, I love it. I really want you to keep going, but I also understand that there's a point of burnout. So yeah, fast forward almost the end of the year, realizing that, all the way a year later, Petra's been part of the team, but now it's coming to a close. So the challenge near the end was Petra started to not talk to me as much because she was battling through her own mindset of whether she should stay or go. Fast forward to the trip and farewell, the final process and step of Petra before she is left. The challenge for her was really understanding that, if she was going to go, she needed to travel and explore Australia a bit more, but she also wanted to keep helping the members of Vitruvian. So yeah, because we are an amazing community for every single one of us. If you've gotten this far, yes, we are amazing, including you watching it. But I then said to Petra, well, Petra, the job that you're doing is completely available online. She's like, really? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to Melbourne. So you know what? Tell you what, where do you want to go? She goes, I want to go to Adelaide. Thank goodness it wasn't Perth, because the trip, oh my God, nightmare. But it was still great. I want to go to Adelaide. I go, okay, let's go to Adelaide together. Saves cost. We'll hire a camper van and we'll go for about 3-4 days. She's like, oh, really? I'm like, yes, we will work 3-4 hours every day, but we'll do whatever you want. Whatever I want. Absolutely whatever. No objections. So we arrived in Adelaide and we literally did a whole bunch of tourist adventures, literally daily. We did 3 or 4 things a day. The first day we did about 2 things. We did the Pink Lake, beautiful place. The pictures don't serve it justice. You have to go there. It sparkles and is amazing. In the camper van, and then we drive down, got some dinner, trained, and then we got into the camper van 11:30, parked in the national park at 5-degree weather. And for those that don't know me, I obviously in winter, jumper and shorts. Yes, jumper and shorts. I don't wear pants. I love the cold, but 5-degree weather. Gonna get pretty thickly. The guy that packed the camper van for us said, don't worry, we got blankets and sheets. I'm like, gem. Of course, neither of us checked. So 5 degrees, 11:30 at night, tired, lethargic, no shops open. We make the camper van and the beds. I'm in the roof, Petra's on the ground. Well, technically the ground was made into a bed, so I didn't mistreat her, so calm down. But yeah, 5 degrees. We had bed sheets. Yeah, pretty cold. So we managed to get a bunch of clothes, wrap Petra up, and I bought an extra shirt and shorts, yeah, and socks, so manageable. By 12 o'clock, we managed to start to fall asleep, and then there's these cars. A bunch of people drifting in the park. Not ideal. Then you hear a bunch of like girls and guys get out of the car. Oh, camper van. They start rocking the car. Not cool either. So I get out of the car. I fall out of the roof, of course, because I kicked the ladder down. Petra laughs. Thanks, Petra. And then to tell the kids off. They managed to go up to the other side. We then come back in, sleep for 3 hours, and then they rock the car again. I managed to then fall out of the bed again. I then, fumble my shoes. I rock the car. Can't unlock the door. Open the door loudly. And then obviously I haven't heard Petra move. She's still asleep, of course. Shh, we've got to be quiet. Then, kids have run up the road. Little shits. And then, go to the bathroom in the bushes, come back, slam the door. And you hear this. Petra, are you awake? Of course I'm awake. Are you serious? Oh, I thought you were asleep. So it's 3 o'clock, we're shivering cold, and we end up just going, all right, whatever. Jump in the car. We drive up down to the coast, line to the beach, obviously because the heat is on. We start to warm up. And then we sleep on the beach at 6 a.m. in the morning. Sun rises, amazing time. We then tour through a few islands, penguins, explore, and then we're on a tour in bat caves. Now, those that attend a tour, there is a tour guide. And the tour guide is the person that tells you information, and you're like, oh, wow, this is really interesting. Well, Petra's an educated individual, and she obviously speaks her mind. So, there was a time where phones needed to be off. Everyone turns their phone off except for one guy, and there's Petra, who, excuse me, do you want to turn that off? Guy pretends, who are you? No, excuse me, don't ignore me. That off. And she's literally like eyes right on the phone. He's like fumbling around. No, just if you just slide it that way, just slide it down. Yep, that off. Yep. No, don't pretend. And she's literally on this guy's case the whole time until done. Thanks. And we actually have a photo of like Petra and I smiling and the guy's in the corner, death staring the camera at Petra. So, from someone who was scared at the beginning of the year, like last year, nervous to talk, now is completely open, no filter. Like if you're making a mistake, she'll pull you up on it. It's great. But to the point of the tour guide starts talking about stalinite, malachite, and gets it wrong. And there's Petra going, no, it's actually this. I'm like, oh, Petra, shut up. Tour guide's like, no. And Petra, no. This is obviously basic knowledge we all learnt in school. So clearly, no, that's not what it is. I'm like, Petra, she's making a joke. That's it. Doesn't matter. You've got to be corrected. Got to say it right. So it was quite fun to watch this individual come out of his shell to be very abrupt to the point. And it was just fun to watch because it was interesting how I was very bang, bang, bang. Someone would take offense with Petra and then we cleared it. And now it was interesting to watch how other people were taking offense to, well, no, that's the fact. That's the phone's got to be off, dude. That's breaking the law. Little things like that. And it was great to really see through Adelaide and then Melbourne, toured, guide. And obviously one of my mentors, Mark, taught us a lot. So Wolfpack. And, we all, this is apparently, Mark does this a lot. We all know Tats. Tats does this a lot. So Petra comes in, does some photos to help out around. And Petra goes, what's this finger mark? Mark goes, oh, it's, number 1. I thought we were just pointing at the guy with the big arms, which he did have big arms. And so Petra's like, I thought we were pointing at him as well. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. And then goes, I'm just so used to this, Mark. Flips him off, and everyone's like, ooh. And then Mark jokes around because obviously he gets it as well. Flips Petra off, and then Petra goes, well, if you're going to be like that. So, it was great to have a time away, work, and obviously allow her to explore, take control. Like, we went wherever she wanted, and I had no bother for it. It was actually a great time to switch off. But, to see this person open up. So, yeah, came back, finished up, explored. We hired some more people. She developed some systems. It's, also a reason why we now have Vitruvian Health branded shirts, because Petra worked in the back end to make sure that his brands came across. So the phrase, stop trying, take action, you decide. It was a collaborative approach. And also shout out to Wilford, if you're watching this, bro. Big shout out to you, because you did help us with your honest opinion of what was good, what was bad, and we actually tightened the shirt up, which was great. So I'm really excited. So Petra, you will be missed fairly well, but obviously there's opportunities as always. So it's farewell for now, and we'll see you in the future. So look forward to hearing your stories and sharing and collaborating with Vitruvian Health. So that is the process of Petra. That is how we started, with the vision to hire someone who was like-minded but not willing to take crap from people, nearly firing her, to then actually keeping her for an entire year, to the point that we mutually have to end the relationship in the company, but have built a friendship and relationship with everyone and anyone in the company, friends and family, and really expanding outwards. So Petra, all the best, and thank you all for tuning in, and enjoy.